From Super League to Olympic distance to age group world records to Kona. Go longer with the right fuel at the right time with SFuels.
Swim, bike and run in the corner sun. We're gonna swim, bike and run in the corner sun, cause it's breakfast with Bob. Chee-hoo.
Poncho Man, everybody! Welcome to our 11th year of Breakfast with Bob from beautiful Huggles on the Rocks. My name is Bob Babbitt. We're brought to you by Master Spas, SFuels Go Longer, HOKA Let's Fly, Form Smart Swim Goggles, Quintanaroo, Zoot, the original triathlon brand, and of course our Challenged Athletes Foundation. Our next guest, Mathias Lyngso Petersen. I think I got that right.
You did.
You're coming off a second place at Ironman Lanzarote this year. Please give it up for Mathias, everybody.
Thank you.
Is this your first time here?
Yes, it is.
What are you thinking so far?
It's really beautiful, but also quite hot.
Quite hot.
Yeah.
So I always look at athletes, and when I see somebody do well at Lanzarote and 50-45 swim, 4:56 bike, 2:48.26 on that run course, 8:42 second place there. That equates well to this race because it's very difficult. Yeah. What's the difference between from what you've seen of the course? How are they different?
Primarily the humidity. Like
Okay.
it's the heat is a lot different on Lanzarote. But I think the bike course is more difficult also on Lanzarote.
It really, because Lanzarote is one of the few places where you're climbing into a headwind.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen very often. Usually
No.
the wind goes away. Not Lanzarote, and there's no shade anywhere.
Nothing.
So you were a swimmer.
Yes.
2011, injured as a swimmer. Your coach suggested triathlon. And did you like it right away?
Yeah, I did a local run and just absolutely loved the atmosphere. Like
Yes.
the way people acted and the go-to mentality, and I was hooked for day one.
And did you become a pro right away because you had that swimming background?
Yeah, I pretty quickly got into the national short course team.
Yes.
And then did a short course for a few years.
And were you thinking Olympics?
Yeah, in the start I was, and then I found out that how brutal short course racing is.
Yes.
And then in 14, I was sadly kicked off the national team, and then I started.
Wait. Kicked off the national team?
Yeah.
Why?
Just wasn't fast enough.
You weren't fast enough.
Yeah.
Even though, so you could swim with the leaders or close to them.
Close to them, yeah.
Okay. And that's obviously you're a really good cyclist. So that format really didn't suit you at the end of the day. Did you find more success right away with long course?
Yeah, because in short course you have to take so many decisions so quickly.
Yes.
And if you just put one foot wrong, you're out of the race.
Exactly.
And it's suited for those kind of people that have like that kind of
fast twitch.
Yeah, exactly.
It's almost like a criterium type of racing on the bike.
Yeah,
and you have to make a move. I always look at that style racing. It's so tactical.
Exactly.
Where this, you can focus on yourself. Nutrition, power, wattage, all that.
Yeah, you can work with yourself instead of, yeah.
So when I look at, I think it was 2020, and you get 9th at Ironman New Zealand with 2:58, and then you keep getting better. In 2021, you ran a 2:52 at Tulsa. And then this last few, when you're running 2:49 at Ironman Austria, and then 2:48 at Lanzarote, and 2:50 at Ironman Germany, and get 6 there. Do you see that progression that you're feeling like, okay, I can compete with the best in the world?
Hopefully. I would say I still have a lot to learn on how to pace a marathon.
Okay.
Especially the one in Germany was a little bit of wouldn't know, like schoolboy pacing.
Oh, so did you go out too hard?
Way too hard.
But you know what? It's like Magnus Dietlef. One of the things, those first few races, when I'd interview him after he'd go off the front at the Challenge or Clash event, and Jan would run him down, you don't know or learn unless you do that, right?
And also I think as a part of it is that as a short course athlete, we are told to always be at the front.
Right.
And you're told to the way you pace the run is go out hard and just keep going.
Right.
So that's, I think, a part of my DNA that I'm struggling a little bit with, that you don't do that on a marathon.
Right, but unless you do that, you don't know what your limits are, right?
No. But yeah, you still have to pace yourself a little bit more.
So in Ironman Germany, how fast did you go out? Did you run your first half really fast?
I think the first 10K was 3:30 per kilometer or something like that.
Really?
Yeah. So
And the last half was?
More like 4:30.
So, but you and your coach, I'm sure, sit down after that. Okay, and so what is the plan for here?
To patience, and go
Patience.
out and a pace that hopefully I can progress from.
Yes.
So keep a little bit in the tank when we hit the energy lab.
And do you like this bike course?
Yeah, it's actually
This is a power guy's course.
It is, and it's a lot more difficult than I thought.
It is, because people think, okay, why Kauai High to Hawaii and back, crosswinds, hill, but they don't talk a lot about the Queen Highway.
Exactly.
Yeah, and Christian the other day we were talking, and he goes, on your way back on the Queen Highway, you keep thinking over every rise, I'll see the airport. I don't see the airport yet. It takes forever, right?
Yeah, and a lot of the hills is also longer and steeper than you imagined.
Exactly.
From the TV pictures, I was like, okay, it's a flat course, and then you climb to Harvey, and then that's it. But
right.
No, there's way more to it.
Well, and the way this race could play out, you're going to have a lot of, with Josh Amberger and some of the other guys, Sam Laidlaw, they'll be going all hard in the swim, where in the past we might have one or two. There could be 7 or 8 really good people together who can also ride well. Magnus and those guys taking off down the coast. Where do you want to be at that end of that swim?
Hopefully, if everything goes well in the front pack.
With the front pack?
Hopefully. I had a really good test swim at
the practice swim last week?
And hopefully with them, and then a little bit of a patience in the start of the bike. Don't burn too many matches.
Yes. Which is hard.
Really hard.
What makes this race so special, we always talk about the heat and the wind, but the competition, because it's so deep, people tend to make mistakes and start racing in the first 20 miles of the bike.
Yeah, it's a championship race, and when the adrenaline gets going, like, we are all schoolboys again and want to...
We're all schoolboys again. That is very cool.
So, just keep saying patience.
What do you look at as your best race so far, your best performance? Or maybe a race that told you, I could be one of the best.
Yeah, maybe first my first Ironman in Ironman Kalmar in 19.
Yes.
I did 7:52 and had a really good experience and thought okay, maybe I can do something at this distance.
Yes.
And then it took me another few years to get a race that I will be proud of again. But
well,
I think Lanzarote
with COVID, that was tough.
Yeah, and I also think on the full distance, like if you start to expect things, then normally things go wrong. Like you have to be present, go with the flow.
Yes.
And if you start to say, okay, I have to do that, I have to stay with this guy, and then your own game plan falls apart.
Yes.
So yeah.
At the same time, you're going to have a long pace line, and if you want to pass somebody, you got to pass everybody. It makes it very difficult because if somebody up further makes a move, you're in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Exactly, and you never know the other guy's game plan. Like, what is he doing? What he's doing right now? Is he burning too many matches? And so that's the part of the game. Like, try to figure out, should I be a part of this move, or should I back off, or
wait till the marathon. Wait till the marathon.
Exactly.
A lot of people say, you know what? Until you come out of the energy lab, you're not racing. You come out of the energy lab with 10K to go. That's when the racing starts. One of the things that impressed me this year with you was 70.3 Majorca and your 111 half marathon. I mean, I don't know what type of course it is, but 111 is fast.
Yeah, it was a good day. It's a really good day. It was one of those days where you just take your watch and like, nah, I'm not going to look on this today. Put it in the back pocket and just...
So, is that something for you in a lot of races where you on the bike, you want to know your power and every number you want to know, but when you get to the run, you're racing.
Yeah, I think especially on the half distance, it's just like threshold all the way.
Yes.
So it's like you have to listen to your body and not that much your watch. So like feeling like, okay, this is okay, I keep the pace, or this is too hard, I drop back.
Right.
But I think on the full distance, you still need like your watch outside information, like that.
And what are the goals for you for your first time here?
Like, do a race that I could be proud of.
Yes.
And can I squeeze myself into the top 15, top 20? That would be really happy.
That'd be really, really impressive for a first time out.
Exactly.
Once you start going top 15, then you know you can be podium. It's interesting how that works. So many of our athletes are, Ben Hoffman finishes 50, he was like DNF'd a few years, 35th, 15th, second, right? That type of process happens over and over again because you learn the event. You learn what it takes.
Exactly.
I love it. Mathias, thank you so much for taking time. A pleasure to get to meet you. I hope you have a great race on Saturday. Hey, everybody, Mathias Lyngso Petersen.
We're gonna swim, bike, and run in the Kona sun. We're gonna swim, bike, and run in the Kona sun, 'cause it's breakfast with Bob. Chee-hoo.
Poncho Man, everybody.